everyone there, Cameron, and this is the Knitting Megan's podcast number 5, and today is the 14th of January. It's Thursday, January 14th. The last episode that I filmed was actually almost 2 weeks ago now, and I had completely planned on recording and updating every Thursday, and that was on a Sunday, I believe. Yeah, it was the 3rd, so that was a Sunday. And I'm having to look at my calendar. And a lot has happened. Unfortunately, about the time I got done recording that video, I got a call from my cousin in Georgia, and she let me know that my grandmother, who has been fighting multiple myeloma, this is her 3rd time to have cancer. She's had breast cancer twice and now this. Had really not done well that day and was being rushed into an emergency surgery, and that the doctors were not fully confident that she would make it out of that, and that I needed to get in a car, on a plane, whatever. I needed to get to Georgia immediately. And so I called my husband. He went ahead and came on in with the kids. We went out to eat, and then we came back home. I had left my phone here at the house because I really didn't want to get bad news in public if that's what was going to happen. And I got the call that she made it out of surgery, but the doctor was not very optimistic about her recovery and had said that all family needed to get to Georgia immediately. So I packed that night, and the children and I got in the car and drove from our area here in Texas we stopped in Tuscaloosa that Monday night, and then got up and went on into Georgia the next day. And we stayed through the rest of that week, and then we got up Saturday and headed home late Saturday morning. It was about lunchtime, close to lunchtime. And we drove back, and we stopped in Vicksburg, Mississippi that night, in a hotel from hell. And then drove the rest of the way in that Sunday. And she was doing a lot better when we left, all things considered. Today I got some information that's really troubling about her. I don't really want to go into detail yet because I don't know who all in my family knows what and how that's going. So I'm going to keep that private just for now. But I do want to try really hard to do videos on every Thursday. But if it's kind of hit and miss the next little stretch of time, you know why. It may be that I'm having to go back to Georgia. So anyway, a lot didn't get done over the last 2 weeks because I was traveling quite a bit and away from home and had a lot going on. It was up, in and out of the hospital quite a bit. And this week we started back to school. So that's been going okay. Not awesome, not horrible, but we're getting there, so that works. So we've got that going, and tomorrow is our first day back at our co-op. It's like orientation day for all the new parents, and to kind of like people to meet their kids' teachers, and for the kids to see where their rooms are going to be for their classes and so on and so forth. So we've got that tomorrow. So we're kind of getting back into the swing of things. We didn't make it to our life group. Not all of us made it to church last night, unfortunately, but that's okay. But I have a lot to show just in general. So first I will start with finished off projects. In this, I still need to weave in ends. I love that meme. We need to weave in ends, but we hate it. Oh no, I did weave in ends on this. Yay! Okay. It was in this project bag that I got from a local yarn store. It didn't have a tag. I don't know who made this, but I love it. And I showed that I had finished one last time I did the last episode, and I still needed to weave it in and make another one. So here we go. I finished these. This was Lion Brand yarn. I don't remember the exact one. I'll see if I can't find my yarn bands. But so those those are finished. I'm gonna leave them out of the bag now that I've shown those. Okay. And then works in progress. I showed y'all the last episode that I had made my very first sock, the Rose City Roller pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link it below. This always makes my foot look huge. I swear I don't have huge feet. It's like I wear a 7.5, which I think is about average for a woman. Anyway, so this is the one I still need to weave in my, you know, end and so forth. But, so that one is done. And I have this one. I just finished the gusset. And I'm about to do the straight knitting for the length of my foot. So I should have this done pretty soon. I lost one of my metal needles, so I have a wooden one in there. I need to find my metal one because I really like my metal needles better. And this yarn was a, I got 2 skeins of it. It was gifted to me on Christmas by my mom's dad. I'm not allowed to use the grandparent word when it comes to her parents, so I call her mom Nani and her dad Honey. And this is what Honey actually picked out for me, which I thought was really, really cool. So it's Bernat socks. It is 60% acrylic, 40% nylon. It is a super fine. It's the colorway is rainbow. It's really bright. My friends are calling these my Skittles socks. So, and I haven't even had to touch this, and I'm not entirely certain considering the size of my yarn ball, which is coming unwound. Not entirely certain. I'm going to need to bust into that one. So I may look into another ankle sock pattern that is just different enough that I don't have 2 pairs of Rose City Rollers in the same exact colorway. So I'll have to look into that. So that's my work in progress. And then and that's in this project bag again from my local yarn store. Wish I knew who made them because I really love it. And then I have one that is in this bag for timeout. And this is just a bag I saw on Amazon and got. It's just a generic bag. It's the Mystery Knit Along for Downton Abbey. I got the cast on done, the Emily Ockers cast on, which I had never done before. I think I've just about mastered that because I did it several times before I cast on to actually knit it. And I cheated and I looked at some of the spoilers since I wasn't here at home in town in the state when this started, and mine just looked really, really loose. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to knit a swatch and actually see if I get gauge. I normally don't because I tend to always get gauge without having to knit a swatch. I'm one of those annoying people, but I think it's not quite right with this, so I'm going to do that. And in that vein, I thought maybe some of the problem was my needles because I was knitting with wood DPNs to get it going, and I know wooden DPN or wooden needles versus metal needles, sometimes there can be a bit of a difference, which is why I'm really irritated that I'm needing to use one wooden needle on the sock right now. But I did not have metal DPNs in a size 4, so this is one of the goodies I got this week. And that is, I went ahead and got the Knitter's Pride Carbons size 4 DPNs. That way, I can try to knit a swatch and get going from there. So, with that being said, I think I will just segue on into all the lovely goodies that I have right now that are knitting related. So, one of them that I am really going to be ready to use, even though I know I probably won't need to because it's acrylic yarn, but I want to use this on my socks just because. I got Soak, and this is Celebration scent, and this I got this off of Amazon. My hair is like super frizzy today, y'all. It smells ridiculously good, ridiculously good. yeah, so if I can get my feet to smell this pretty, I will soak my socks in it, whether it needs them or not. So I've got that. Another thing I got, and I got it off of Amazon, and it is from Yarn Pop. Yarnpop.com is their website, but I did find this on Amazon. I got this project bag. I am a freak for owls. So I got this little project bag here. And it looks pretty well made. I mean, it's got a good sturdy zipper on it. So, I am a huge fan of owls. So I saw that and I was like, yep, gotta get that. I'm starting anytime I order something off of Amazon, because I order like random things off of Amazon, like toilet paper or paper towels or stuff like that. Just because they can take up a whole lot of space, and in a car cram packed full of kids, it's just easier to get that kind of stuff sent to me. So now anytime I go on Amazon to get something, I'm like, I'm gonna get something knitting related too. So, something else I got, all of this is just Amazon until I tell you otherwise. I got these pom-pom makers. I actually got these two on accident. I thought it was the whole set of 4, and somehow I got a set of just 2. I didn't figure I'd bring them over here to show y'all that though. So I have 2 sets of these 2 big ones, and then I also got these. So, and I'm thinking I may go through some of my yarn stash and do like a little pom-pom garland over here in our school area. So anyway, I've never made pom-poms before, but I think they're adorable, so I got those. And then the other things that I got for myself was I had been looking at this book, so I went ahead and picked it up. It has a lot of really, really good patterns in it. There seem to be a good variation of, I don't know, difficulty. 1 is pretty much anybody who knows the very, very basics of knitting could do this. 4 is you better know your stuff to knit, and most of these are 2s and 3s. So, but it's 60 quick cowls. So I bought that book, and then I bought 60 quick luxury knits. Totally did not intend to do 2 60 quick, but that's just kind of how it worked out. So I got this one as well, and it had a lot of patterns that I really liked in it. So I was pretty happy with it. So got that one. And then another one that I saw, and I did not fully understand the concept when I ordered it, and then I got it and I went, oh, okay, interesting concept. I'll have to figure this out a little bit more before I just dive in, is this, and it's curls. And the curls are, from how it kind of explains, yes ma'am, they all kind of come up like this. And they essentially give you a chart, and they tell you, each chart is broken into sections, and it pretty much says, do it, you dropped your kiki. Do this section X amount of times. So considering I'm not a big chart person, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out for me, but we'll get it figured out, won't we, baby doll? We get it figured out? And what else? What do you need, Miss Pris? To come say hi and be on camera? Can you say hi?
Hi.
So I got those. Me and the mouse in my pocket got those. So that's good. And then yarn mail. Before I left to go to Georgia, I had signed up for Kitterly, which I haven't gotten the Kitterly Club order in yet. In a little bit, okay? But I did see this, and I have never, I will admit now, I have never knit with Madeline Tosh yarn. I know, shame on me. So I got some, and this is Tosh Merino Light in Holly Festival, and the pattern that this is supposed to be used for, I wrote it on the bag so I wouldn't forget, is Curiform by Lisa Much. So I will have that to knit. I'm actually really looking forward to knitting that because it looks like it'll be a pretty straightforward knit. Do you like that yarn? Yeah.
Pretty.
Now this is from Craftsy. While I was in Georgia, it was one of those moments where I actually got to hop on the computer and kind of check out what was going on in the big bad world. And you know how Facebook kind of knows what we're up to.
That one's pretty.
Okay, hold on. I noticed that they are having like a sock knit along. And since I'm really wanting to knit some socks this year, and bulk up my sock drawer with things that I've made, I thought, oh, well, that works. It'll teach me, they send you the yarn and you get 3 patterns and you kind of knit along with these video lessons, which I thought would be a really good way to learn. No pumpkin. That's called a fluff ball. Everything's a bug in her world. Yep, right. So I thought that actually looks like something I could get into. So I ordered it and it came in today. So I just now opened the bag. Okay, so here's what I have. And I do not remember the names of the 3 patterns.
That looks like my unicorn yarn.
Okay. That these are supposed to go with. So I will have to look those up and then add that to the information in the description box below. Hey, you. So this one is Cloudborn Fibers Highland Superwash Sock Twist. Color 11009. And it is 80% superwash fine Highland wool and 20% polyamide. Anyway, so I have that, and it's not a whole heck of a lot of it. It's 178 yards. So I'm pretty sure this one is supposed to be like a contrast color or something. I got this. This is Cloudborn Fibers Highland Superwash Sock Twist Hand Paints in Berry Basket. Oh, this one was Lagoon. Okay. On the back, it just had numbers. This is Lagoon. You want to get down and go play? Here you go. So this one's Berry Basket. I'm kind of thinking these two go together. Is this the one that you thought was super pretty?
It looks like my unicorn hat.
It does look like a unicorn hat.
Show them that.
Okay. And this one is 80% superwash fine Highland wool and 20% of the polyamide. So I have that. Then I have one big old bad boy of this. This is, oh, I like it. A little bliss in every stitch. Cloudborn Fibers, coffee with milk. My husband will appreciate that. And this is Merino Superwash Sock Twist Hand Paints. It has 476 yards. And it is 80% superwash and 20% the other, just like the others have been. So there's that one. And then I got 2 of these, which I think is, I really like this one. And I really like this one, but these are both things that I would probably pick up on my own if I were in a store, whereas this one, not so much, but I really like it. And I have 2 of these, and these are also Cloudborn Fibers, Highland Superwash Sock Twist Hand Paints, Strawberry Fields. And it is super, super cute. I'm going to have so much fun winding these yarns. So I will look up what the patterns are going to be that I'm supposed to be knitting up. And I think it was like they were going to do one in December, one January, one February, or maybe one January, one February, one March. I don't really remember. I was in Georgia and I was really upset and sick and exhausted and away from home, and it was a total compulsive buy. So we did that. And then also, unfortunately, while I was away from home, I couldn't do anything, not being home. But it was my husband's birthday while I was in Georgia, which he was a really good sport about since he stayed behind. And I had him open his gift prior to my leaving so that I could explain it to him. And if you follow me on Periscope, which I have not done a Periscope in forever. Okay. But I actually did a Periscope the day that I bought this yarn. You want to show it? Oh. Here is her unicorn hat. It's another DMC top this.
It's
like the one I showed in the last episode. I knit it a little big on her, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'll go into it.
So I bought this for my husband.
I
Thank you. I'll put it in your money box.
Thanks, Mom.
I bought this for him and I had him open it because I said, you know, I can't exactly hide from you when I'm knitting.
Now.
Yes, they know. So I got this huge thing. This is 20% wool, 77% acrylic, and 3% viscose. And it is 760 yards, and this is to make him a scarf. And I pulled up all kinds of really cute scarf patterns. Cute. They were manly too, guys. He didn't want anything. Like, no cables, no... nothing. No, like, pattern work. No, nothing. He wants, like, a plain, straight, just knit scarf. So, that's what he's going to get with that. And he's also always asking for socks, really good socks to wear when he goes to work. And so I got him some yarn to make some socks for him. Oh my goodness, my kids just went crazy. Anyway, another thing my husband asked for, because he's Mr. I don't know. Like, he always asks for things that are, like, he doesn't ask for frivolous things or just like random things. He wants useful stuff. So he always talks about wanting nice socks for, like, to wear with his work shoes. So I got him this yarn here. This is a brand I've used before. I don't even know how to say that. And to be brutally honest, I did not like it at all. It was a bulky, twisty. I made my sister-in-law's hat for it, and I have another skein of it, and I don't know if I will ever use it for anything. Because it was really splitty and horrible to work with. But this does not look like it will be hard to work with or bad at all. And this is, let's see. Maybe it'll tell me what I need to know in English. 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide. It really doesn't have a lot as far as color or anything. There are about 459 yards in here, so that should get him a decent pair of socks. And then I also got this. He wears a lot of like khaki and brown. The other thing I got was I got him this one. This is 75% superwash wool and 25% polymid, and this has about 410 yards to it. I don't see a color name anywhere. Of course, it's, you know, all in German, which suits him fine because he's German. So that's that, and the other is for him. And that's about it right now. I have no idea how long my timeout is going to be in timeout. I may do this first, just because it's so pretty, and I want to do it now, and it doesn't look like it'll be anything that takes me too long. So we'll see. So that's it for this one. There's really not a whole heck of a lot going on. Oh, and I love my t-shirt. I got this one. I said to myself, I need to do something today. What is it? I can't even remember. I said to myself, I need to do something besides knitting today, and then I laughed and laughed, which is about true. So there you go. This is one of my, I have a few knitting shirts, and this is one that I got the most recently. I also have another one that has Harry Potter, which I don't even want to think about too much because Alan Rickman passed away, and I'm blah. It has Harry Potter and Doctor Who and Sherlock all with their scarves on, and it was called Scarf Weather. And then I have another one that says something about being a knitting mom, which is like a normal mom, only cooler. And I think that may be it as far as my knitting t-shirts go, but I'm sure my collection will grow. So that's it. That's all of my works in progress and what's in timeout and what I've finished and what I've got and my yarn expansion. And I'm going to try in the next week or two to really buckle down and enter all my yarn into Ravelry, which will be so much fun. And I have a lot of mystery yarn too that got handed to me that doesn't have, you know, ball bands, or like when I first tried to knit forever ago and I would just rip them off and throw them to the side. So I'm going to do the best I can on updating my yarn stash and organizing it, and I'm going to have a lot of winding to do, and I have no clue what's going on with my gray meat in Georgia. That'll be interesting. And then there's lots of school and school and school and school and school. And this weekend I actually get to stay at home. Yay! Oh, are you upset about something? You got your boo-boo? That's why we don't run and scream like crazy. Do you want to come sit in my lap? Do you want to come sit in my lap? Owie, you got a boo-boo up here too. Hi, Dolly. Got it. You're welcome. Oh, I saw we. I get to stay at home this weekend, and then I believe next weekend we may go to my in-laws, which means I get to knit in the car a little bit, I hope. And while I'm there, I'm primarily going to be going to do some serious target practice. Shh. I will be going down to do a lot of target practice because the following weekend I will be taking my license to carry test to carry my handgun, which in the state of Texas you can now open carry. I don't plan on open carrying, but I did want to get my license to carry in general, should I ever feel like I was gonna need to. So anywho, that's that. I'm going to take care of my crazy children. We're going to get the last little bit of schoolwork done for the day. And I'm going to call my husband and see if he wants to go out to eat tonight or eat at home. I have dinner in the crock pot. Just in case. I don't know. I took pork chops, potatoes, carrots, and threw it all in the crock pot with a bottle of Italian dressing and called it good. Y'all let me know what's been going on with y'all. What have you been knitting? If you have a video showing what you've been working on, link below. I would love to see. And hopefully I will get to do a video again next Thursday. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye, guys. God bless. Mwah.